What's up, fantasy people? This is Tyler Big Turd Ward coming at you live with Jason Lucky Bastard Uthenwoldt. And so tonight is the Thursday recap show. So we're going over what stood out to us, last night when we were watching the game, taking notes, looking over my predictions. I don't know if you saw my predictions, Jason. I put like yardage to stuff in the on the pauser play. You probably didn't watch mine, did you?
I did. On mute.
Dude, well, I'm just saying, I got like within like 10 yards of like 3 different people that I predicted on.
No, I listened to your video, but it was like on the background because I had to clean. I had to make sure I cleaned. So I don't like
okay. Well, I don't like putting numbers on stuff because I get super nervous when they look like they're gonna blow it out of the water. But man, it was crazy. Like most of my predictions were right. Nice. I said I see into the future. Maybe I do. But anyways, yeah, I know. So it was a lower scoring game. I think it hit the under last night. I think it was over under was like 54.5, and it was like barely hit 50 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, just watching the game though, I thought it was gonna be super low scoring.
Yeah.
What was like the overall, like not just go by first quarter or anything, but did anything stand out to you? Big.
Yeah, the Chiefs don't look like the regular Chiefs.
Well, I think it's that Chargers defense that is amazing because they were shutting them down except for when Patrick Mahomes extended plays. Every time Patrick Mahomes extended a play, they got hurt. But when it was just normal play, I mean, they just shut them all the way down. It was crazy.
Yeah, all levels of the defense.
All levels. Well, that JC, I kept on calling him Justin Jackson because that was a running back, the backup running back for the Chargers last year.
Yeah,
it's in my head. But no, they got JC Jackson, who was like the shutdown corner for the Patriots last year. They got him back. They didn't have him the first game. They had him last game.
Yeah, some crazy weird bone growth in his ankle or something like that.
Yeah, you saw that. He's got too many bones.
Yeah, so they had cut it out.
I wonder if it was on both sides. It's like you just wait till it hurts on the other side too, or you preemptively take it out.
They said he had dinosaur feet.
Yeah, but dude, I didn't know that Asante Samuel Jr. was such a I wrote down in one of my notes, Asante Samuel Jr. is superstar. So
yeah, just like his dad.
Dude, I mean, he kind of looked like him too. I don't know if you saw him when he took off his helmet.
So close from getting that interception.
Yeah. So what my takeaway from last night was just that I think that Patrick Mahomes is amazing.
Yeah.
And no, I shouldn't say this. I said the Chargers defense is amazing, but Patrick Mahomes is more amazing because really he probably should have got 150 yards and 1 touchdown, but he ended up getting 230 and 2 touchdowns, which is still not good,
Like in Mahomes' view, that's not good.
Yeah, so I know that probably what you were looking for, Jason, first thing was since you're a Mike Williams owner, you probably did you watch the first scripted, the scripted plays off the first 2 drives?
Well, going into the game, there was 2 things I was really wanting to look at, and one of them was going to be the Chargers defense without Tyrann Mathieu. He went to the Saints, and then I wanted to see how the Chiefs played against a divisional rival against a good Chargers defense without Tyreek Hill. And then the other on the Chargers side, of course, I wanted to see the production out of Mike Williams. And because last week it was horrible, right? I had a panic attack. I'm like, trade. I was trying to get rid of him. I just couldn't understand, right? So I dug a little bit deeper into these 2 games, and this is what I came up with. So first off, keep in mind Mike Williams is 6'4", right? Keep that in mind. He's taller than us. So in yesterday's or last week's game, the Raiders cornerback Anthony, I want to say Everette. He got injured during the game, and so Nate Hobbs, who is Pro Football Focus number 5 best cornerback, had to take his place. He's usually the slot receiver, and he'll cornerback, and he shuts the slot receivers down. But because of that injury, he had to move over to a cornerback. And guess who he covered in most of the game was Mike Williams.
Okay.
Mike Williams gets 2 catches for 10 yards. Then we go into Thursday's night game. He's going up against Kansas City's number 1 cornerback, which is Rashad Fenton. Something like that, right? He's by Football Focus, he's the 31st best. And look what happened. Just in the difference in that, he got 8 receptions, 133 yards, and an amazing touchdown. One key opponent to both of these players who went up against Mike Williams, Nate Hobbs is 6'1", and Rashad Fenton 5'11".
So he was actually he did better. Like, so you're saying last night he was matched up with the 5'11" dude, right?
Yes. He was matched up against him and 5'11", and that's why they had that jump ball at the,
I was gonna say
he was overpowering them.
Well, I was gonna say he's always got one catch that makes me think that it was like Julio Jones, man. Like his body explodes on impact. Like he literally, man, like I thought Herbert threw it into the stands, and Mike Williams came down with it. I don't know if you saw that. That was crazy. Like how high he got up there. But dude, like he gets injured almost. I know that's usually when he gets injured, but he does that once a game, man, where he like falls off a building pretty much. And then you were talking about, but you were happy with Mike Williams.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but from what I'm getting, it looks like if he's going up against cornerbacks that are not superior in the league and 5 inches shorter, he's going to outjump them. He's going to make those plays. He's going to catch those touchdowns and stuff like that, and which he showed last night. He goes against somebody who's a top 5 cornerback in the league, and he's going to get shut down. Or just Herbert doesn't even want to take that chance and throw it to him when he's getting covered like that. So I think that adds to the inconsistency of Mike Williams. So yeah, the boomer bust. When you have that amazing matchup like he did last night, he killed it. And look but he got most of his damage in the first half. By watching the game, you could tell that one of the adjustments that Andy Reid did is that he had basically a man over top the double team on Mike Williams, and I think only had like 1 or 2 receptions in the second half.
That's when they just started feeding Everett. Because I think that was second half when the Al Michaels and Kurt Herbstreit they pointed that out. Kurt Herbstreit was always like dead wrong on everything he said, but then you give him like 5 minutes and he circles back to it, and then he corrects himself. I noticed that because I like Kurt Herbstreit.
Yeah, well, he's a college announcer.
I know.
Pro.
I know he's always. But like when it was like that first interception, he's like, "Oh, he was trying to hit this curl route," and it's like, dude, like Gerald Everett was exhausted. He put 0 effort into it. But what'd you say?
Are you talking about that pick 6?
Yeah, but one second. But I just started talking about Kurt Herbstreit.
No, you're fine. We're gonna circle around to that later.
Yeah, well, Mike Williams, I have it written down that he got the first 2 passing plays, and he got a red zone target the first, the first drive.
Yeah.
So like, you can tell they wanted to get him involved right off the bat. So I thought that was good.
I definitely think they took advantage of the matchup.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Kit Kat.
I was gonna say, I've got my dog. When the dog's locked out, the kids will play, or the cat will play.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you also said, the Tyreek Hill. You're talking about how you wanted to see how Tyreek Hill was getting filled.
Yeah.
What I noticed was, first off, Mecole Hardman had a design jet sweep, which usually went to Tyreek Hill, and that was a disaster. And then there was a couple more plays that Mecole Hardman did that were Tyreek Hill like. So there's been some design runs and stuff. I think that they're trying to get Mecole Hardman like involved with all those jet sweeps and all that kind of stuff. But as far as everything else, like when Patrick Mahomes did say, it's going to be a different guy every week, I almost believe that. And I almost think that as far as like wide receivers for Kansas City, they're going to be different because, I think this was a super low scoring game. This is like the best defense in the league. I think this might be the best defense in the league. But you're gonna have to like lower your expectations on all receivers for Kansas City.
Yeah, I bet you people started Juju Smith. You know, he had a decent first game last week against the Cardinals, and you're like, well, it looks like he might be one of the guys he's going to throw the ball to a lot. And
I still believe
know.
I still believe he's the best bet every week from week to week. I think he's the best bet for a receiver to get 10 points,
Yeah.
or whatever. And then Kelsey just got shut down, but like they had Derwin.
Yeah, slammed down.
Yeah, that pissed me off, dude, because I wanted the Chargers defense to do well because I picked them up. I mean, I bid a little bit of money on them because all these NFL insiders just would not shut up about them. I didn't talk to you about it because I didn't want you to bid against me.
Right.
But you know what? I was like, I really wanted to start him, and I was watching this, and I was like, dude, I should have started him. Dude, I should have started him. And then what I learned is just don't start any defense against Patrick Mahomes, man. Like, I told myself that, and I didn't do it. But it was very tempting to. And I was like, dude, I could have got a lot of points right here because they were killing him, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter. Like, Patrick Mahomes is all about touchdowns. He's going to get touchdowns. They're going to score points. I don't know. It just like last night, like it made me more of a believer in Patrick Mahomes, really.
And it's like even the Chargers defense looked like they looked superior in the first half. Like, the Chiefs had 4 punts going into halftime.
Dude, oh yeah, and that's what I was like.
And last week they only had 2 in the whole game.
Yeah, I know.
It was like they started off slow, and then it was just right after halftime they like figured things out. The Chiefs ended up with 6 punts in that game. I think they just kind of had like maybe an answer when it came to like protection and maybe routes. Yeah, I think it was like towards the end, it was just like it was a slow start, and then they changed the game plan and were able to get something going. I still think the Chargers would have won that game too. I think that mistake at the end at the goal line was that was rough. That was rough.
You talking about the interception, or are you talking about the
interception?
Yeah, that was all Gerald Everett, dude.
Yeah, well, like the Chargers were doing great, and it wasn't until they lost their center. I had a little markdown here.
And then it was Chris Jones. Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. So they lost their center, Corey Lindsey, he's one of the better centers in the league. He got replaced by Will Clapp. Clapp, is you happy? They got him in free agency from the Saints, and then their right tackle Trey Pipkins, he got injured, and he was replaced by Storm Norton, who's been playing for the 3rd season. Stormbreaker. Yeah.
I need to get his jersey. Holy crap.
So that play should have probably never even happened for one. Everett, you could tell he was trying to get off. He was winded, but they did a no huddle. Let's hurry up and rush this. And then Rudy Gay actually hit that B gap that were the center, oh my God, I can't even talk right now. The center, Corey Clapp, and the right tackle Pipkins that's the B gap, and that's where Rudy Gay pressured Herbert into throwing that whatever throw that was to Everett. It was already exhausted, ended up being right to a Chiefs pick 6.
See, I think it looked like Everett, like he got to his spot and then kind of was like, he was really tired. So kind of like, it almost looked like he broke inside, but he was just like wobbly almost. And so I think Herbert's, because it would have been a touchdown. Had he broke inside, it would have just been, they couldn't have stopped him. So I think Herbert actually threw it where he wanted to, from where my eyes were. But, I owned Everett, so I'm biased to him. Thinking
that's awesome.
He got a touch.
He's great.
Well, I dropped Komet for him yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I just have so many other people. And there's like 4 or 5 tight ends on the waiver wire right now that I value just as much as Komet. So I'm not going to be like holding on to somebody. Plus, like, dude, it's so hard not to want to get a piece of a Thursday night game,
I know. You want to be involved. You want your players to play.
Well, speaking of pieces, don't you still have Isaiah Pacheco?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
He got, like, I have it written down. He got the first important short yardage carry for the Chiefs, and then he also got another. I don't know if it was a goal line carry or he got another. Like, he's going to be there eventually. Is going to be like their goal line running back. Is going to be their short yardage running back. So like halfway through the year, I think he's going to be super valuable.
Yeah, you just who's going to wait for that? That's the thing too.
I mean, if we were in a 12-man league, I would. But it's so hard with the people on the waivers right now. Like I would drop Pacheco for somebody, and then hopefully I've got enough money to bid on him later. But I did notice that they've thought like they trusted him enough to put him in some serious situations. I mean, only 2, I think, but still, like those 2 situations, like were like the very first 2 short yardage situations. So
yeah, well, he didn't get one of them, and then he didn't come back in for like a quarter and a half.
Yeah, no kidding. Like I felt bad. I felt bad for CEH owners, kind of, because he was doing so well, and then they didn't play him. And then I wrote down like it was like the first half, but I wrote down I felt bad for Austin Ekeler owners,
Yeah,
because dude, Michelle was getting all the short yardage carry. I mean, and that's the Austin Ekeler. Everybody's like, "Oh, dude, Austin Ekeler is great," but it's like his touchdown regression is going to be there. It's going to be there. And not only is it going to be there, like it would have been there even if he got these opportunities. He's not going to even get those opportunities.
They had Sony Michel as a goal line back twice.
Yeah, I noticed that, and that was like off the street,
Yeah.
And then Kelly looked good. Kelly looked better than Michel.
Yeah, he looked good. You see Playboy.
Like, dude, as like Ekeler is probably more of his second round running back. He probably should have gone like after like before CD Lamb, but
yeah,
in there with Javonte Williams and stuff like that. And even I'd rather have Javonte right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I doubt he's gonna get his 20 touchdowns this season.
Well, and Justin Herbert got 330 yards still. So I mean, and 3 touchdowns. So it's not like it was Mahomes getting shut down for 230 yards. Like they still got some yardage on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised that Mike Williams didn't get more, but like you said, you kind of explained how they put their safeties, shadowing them more often and stuff.
Yeah. He tried to force it to him a few times in the second half, and there was just nothing there, almost throwing even another pick.
Yeah, and then and I think it's the same way on the other side, dude. CEH, McKinnon, I would try to sell high on CEH, dude.
Yeah.
Because they just keep on plugging in on these other guys. And Pacheco is going to get nothing but more work after this.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, he had 2 for 6, but still.
If he's there
he had 4 for 12.
If he's there for a goal line, if he's there as the goal line back, he's gonna be worth Pacheco.
Yeah. And as a person owning Everett, I wasn't really. I mean, I thought it was okay. They set him up so many times, but Herbert just never passed to him. He's like the 3rd or 4th read, but he was lining up next to the running back out of the backfield. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I saw that for a few
times.
Did that,
dude. He did that so much, and but when he got the ball in his hands, he looked so good. Like Gerald Everett actually looked pretty damn good. So
didn't even look like a tight end.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, before I picked him up, part of the reasons was Jared Cook got like 89 targets in this offense last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 83 or 89, regardless, like more than 80 targets for a tight end in this offense. I might be holding on to Gerald Everett. It was either I wanted him or Robert Tonyan, because Tonyan could get 10 touchdowns, maybe like from here on out. So
yeah, well, right now that was a better pickup than playing commit.
Yeah, well, it's more about this show, and it's more about like, dude, I'm more invested in this like show right now than in my personal fantasy football year, and it makes it wait because I'm like taking notes and shit. Oh, stuff. So sorry. Like it makes it way easier to pay attention when I've got some pieces in the game.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so like, and then do you know anything about that Watson guy for the Chiefs?
That's funny you say this. My very last note is, who is Justin Watson?
Because I'm going through this. I checked that he really didn't do anything the week before.
No.
But there was an interview with Patrick Mahomes afterwards, and he was like, he just had really good things to say about him, and he was talking about what he did on that route and everything. So I thought maybe it's a guy to keep an eye on.
Well, he came in for that play because Hardman went out.
Dude, I was going against Hardman. Hardman only got 5.5 points last night.
Yeah.
But if you watch Hardman, he just doesn't look like he looks like he can only run fast in a straight line. He does not look explosive like in any other direction. It really does. Yeah, and he just runs straight up. Yeah, so I'm just kind of going through. I saw, Asante Samuel's a star. I think I told you that. And then Herbert getting hurt and then coming back and throwing that perfect. I've got so much faith in Herbert. Like, he's a top 3 quarterback.
I had him last year.
Yeah,
he definitely played way better than what his draft was. I think I got him in like the 10th round.
Well, I'm even higher on him than I thought. So that's one of the major things I got out of this game too. So I might just try to stick with Gerald Everett, but the way that he is, dude, he just spreads everything around. Oh, and that Palmer guy, I don't know how much time we have left on this. Palmer got that touchdown, but dude, I thought that Carter guy looked amazing. Like he looked like because the way he wears like big sleeves and he's got a shirt untucked.
DeAndre Carter?
He looked just like Keenan Allen. It was crazy. So and he ran a lot of the same routes, but they just didn't throw him the ball.
Yeah. He's one of those guys. It was a great pickup. He used to play for the Commanders, and I guess they just didn't want him anymore. But he's a good slot receiver. And he caught that amazing that 30-yard pass after Herbert was like.
If they would have I feel like if they would have hyper targeted him like Keenan Allen, he would have had the same type of game that Keenan Allen would have had.
Yeah,
he just looks a little bit slighter, but he's younger. So. And so I feel like the Chargers defense, and especially if you look at their next 3 games, I think the Chargers defense is going to be the number 1 defense after a month. I said that last week too, but
yeah, they definitely have the skilled players to do it.
It's crazy, dude.
Like I said, they should have won that game. I think just kind of injuries and one mistake kind of threw a wrench in the Chargers' plan, but they were really slowing down Mahomes.
Yeah, and that kicker, and I thought Amendola, the backup kicker, did well for Butker too.
Yeah, he did.
I know.
That Chargers rookie fullback got another reception touchdown. He got one last week. He got one this week.
Is he a tight end or a fullback?
He's a fullback. Xander Harvath.
That's what I thought, but what's his name? Herbstreit, of course, messed that up. He's like, tight end came out of the backfield, this is second. And I was like, dude, what? Because I was like, I've got Everett. It's like, what? So I don't need to be competing with targets, man.
He needs to go back to the Big 12 games or Big 10.
Yeah, and we need to see how Everett's going to do with Keenan Allen back. And they also have a rookie or a tight end they drafted last year, Parham. He's super athletic. So Everett might not be last, but I'm going to keep Everett until
we'll see.
Until
he looked really good.
Comes back. Oh yeah, dude. But I think that's everything. I think we hit every single player of significance. And so I think we're good. So anyways,
I think the thing to take I was gonna say, I just think that basically to piggyback what you said, I think the thing to look at is the Chargers defense.
Yeah,
I think they look good.
I don't think you not have to worry about the Chiefs getting shut down until the next time they play the Chargers.
Yeah. You're not worried about that with the Chiefs. Travis Kelce, keep doing your thing with him. Yeah, Mike Williams would be bang or bust. Keenan Allen would be back pretty soon.
Wait, how are you feeling? Do you want to trade Mike Williams still or no?
Mike Williams, no. Until next week.
I think you're saying he's on the block.
On the block. Now next week when he gets 3 points, that's when.
Okay.
He'd be on the block.
That's when you'll become begging me for Brandon Cooks.
Yeah. Or Michael Pittman. One of them.
Well, if Michael Pittman's injured, maybe I'll listen to you.
I'll throw in. Hopefully it's a peaky toe injury.
Yeah. Hey, I don't take 2-for-1s. I only give 2-for-1s. So get out of here with that.
Jameson showed me the trade you sent. A 2-for-1. He's like, I don't think I'm going to do that. I was like, Darrell Henderson, he's a starting running back.
I know. I mean, if you think about it, it's not a bad trade. It's just
right.
I pretty much got Darrell Henderson off the waivers. Is a bad part.
Right. Yeah. And Justin Jefferson's potential number 1, number 2.
Well, I did that with Jamar Chase and Dalvin Cook today. So
we'll see. Really? That's funny.
Hey, you never know if you don't try. You miss all the shots.
I know. I did that last week, sending trades to people, 2-for-1s, 2-for-2, trying to get rid of Mike Williams and get another wide receiver.
Well, hey, our last video is getting a ton of views. I don't know if my computer at work is stuck on loop or what while I'm
Good.
gone. But anyways,
that's good.
So
That's
thanks
smart.
to everybody. Thanks to everybody to watch this. We really appreciate it. You can, if you like this, you can do it in real life and click the thumbs up down there, subscribe and make us feel amazing for a long time. If you want to make us feel bad, you can just dislike the video and leave a hurtful comment. Focus all of your anger towards Jason, the person on the other side of me. It's like that Homer Simpson meme.
Yeah. But then when we get like comments, I'm coming back.
And I should be coming out with a video on Sunday morning. I'm like a tailgate episode, just with
nice.
all the information. You know, it'll be short. It's just the last minute information type of stuff. So
click it if you want to win it.
Hey, that's good. I'm just thinking, I want to do it in front of the barbecue. You know, do it like a tailgate style.
Yeah.
I say that, but then I wake up and I'm just like, oh my God, that's the last thing I want to do is try to put together a video and start the barbecue.
And it's 110 outside and you're just like,
right now it's 55 and I'm complaining about how cold it is. So
it's raining here.
Oh, well, you're lucky.
We're done with summer.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. This is the Fantasy Football Show.
Until next time.
Later.
Shit. Oh, crap. Next time.